Hello students, good morning. Welcome back to once again to our English lecture. Student, last time we have learned English Kumar Bharti Unit 2, lesson number 2.3. The name of the lesson was Connecting the Dots. And some homework was assigned to you. And I hope you all might have done it. Today we are going to learn English Kumar Bharti Unit 2 2.4. The name of the lesson is The Pulley. Before moving to the explanation part of the poem The Pulley, first let me introduce about the poet. The poem The Pulley is written by the poet George Herbert, who was born in the year 1593 and died in the year 1633. He was a West poet. He was also a priest by profession. He was a part of the group of 17th century poets who wrote on themes of existence and religion. The relationship between man and God was a recurring theme in his poems. His poems were figuratively and visually colored with conceits and imageries. So let's begin the poem with some warming up question. Question number 1. Go through the following images and try to link them with our lives. For example, storm. What does storm stand for in our life? So it stands for hardship that we face in our life. So down 2 columns are there. In the first column, the images are given, and in the second column, you have to match the correct images. Okay. So the first one is owl, rose, tree, clouds, bouquet of flowers, waterfall, mountain, sunrise. So let's see what does these images stand for in our life. The answers are owl, the image owl stand for wisdoms in our life. Rose stand for determination. Tree stand for life. Clouds stand for sorrowful moments. Bouquet of flowers stand for beauty. Waterfall stand for strength. Mountains stand for honor. Sunrise stand for hope. So let's begin with the explanation part of the poem The Pulley. So children, look into the picture. 3 men are pulling one heavy object. So that is what they are pulling? They are pulling. So it is a pulley. So what is a pulley? Pulley is a simple machine that use a rope. That 3 boys are using a rope. So that use a rope over something round. See, up one round shape is there. So uses a rope over something round, usually a wheel or a tree branch or whatever works. When one side of the rope is pulled down, the other side goes up. So the direction of movement is changed and the item is easier to lift. For example, a flagpole. A flagpole is one example of a pulley. So, can you think any of other? So, yes. Here, on a wheel. So, where the place where the pulley is used on a wheel. So, what is the purpose? for using the pulley on a well? The purpose is to draw water. Next, in which place the crane is used? To lift heavy loads. And in a gym, why pulley is used in a gym? To lift weight. And why pulley is used in theatres? To open curtains. Interestingly, the image of a pulley is never mentioned in the poem itself, only in the title the image of pulley is given. A pulley is used to lift something heavy. But in this case, God tries to lift man with heavy sin. What is the heavy here? Sin. So paradoxically, by pulling down in the rope of a pulley, something heavy is lifted upward. So in this case, symbolically towards God. First, I will read the first stanza of the poem. Then I will explain what does the poet tries to tell us. When God at first made man, having a glass of blessing standing by, let us, said he, pour on him all we can. Let the world's riches which dispersed lie, contract into a span. Here, the word riches. Here, what does the word riches means? It means wealth. The word disperse means scattered. And the word contract means collect together. And span, what does the word span means? Span means small space. Now, here, the first stanza, the poet says that at the time when God first created man, he had a glass of blessing standing by. He thought that he would be generous and shower on man all the gifts possible. God intended that all the treasures of the earth which lay scattered should be collected and concentrated in the small space he had created, which was the man. So strength first made a way, then beauty flowed, then wisdom, honor, pleasure. When almost all was out, God made a stay, perceiving that alone of all his treasures, rest in the bottom lay. Here the word perceiving, it means noticing or becoming conscious of. Now, the writer, the poet, wants to tell us that the first gift God gave man was strength. This was followed by beauty, then wisdom, honor, and then by pleasure. When nearly all the gifts had been bestowed on man, God stopped a while. He noticed that of all the treasures, only one gift remained at the bottom of the glass, and that was rest. So now let us learn some poetic devices based on this poem, The Pulley. So today we will learn what is a pun. A pun is a joke based on the interplay of homophones, means words with the same pronunciation but different meanings. It can also play with words that sounds similar but not exactly the same. The joke's humor, if any, comes from the confusion of the two meanings. Pun are usually to create humor, but it can also be used in non-humorous ways. Now let's see some example based on pun. Number 1, guerrilla warfare is more than just throwing a banana. Second, two peanuts walks into a bar and one was salted. These are humorous. So it is a pun. It is called as a pun.